welcome to our Balance Day for our Yoga Love Yourself Challenge for February. Today I'm going to lead you through Vrksasana, which is tree pose. And though it's actually a fairly basic balance in our yoga practice, it's a pose that when you engage the muscles correctly can really become very challenging. So the muscles that we want to engage are gluteus medius, which are our outer glute muscles, not the gluteus maximus, which is those nice firm butt muscles in the back. So what we are going to do is engage these muscles on the outside of the body so that we don't sink into the hip joint, which for somebody who's really flexible, often you find them sort of leaning to the side and sinking into that hip joint when they're doing the tree pose. We're going to try to engage so we don't do that. We're going to start out first. We want to engage the core in a way so that the lower back, imagine that you have, when you're standing, a wall right against your lower back. And you want to press your lower back against that wall. So you're lifting up the pubic bone, lifting your belly button up and engaging those bandhas. So that as you engage that, you should feel the sensation as if your lower back is pressing against a wall. Then keep that engagement and move back around so that now when you also are engaging your core, we want to start to engage those gluteus medius and also then engage the inner adductor muscles of the inner thighs. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to start to feel like we're trying to draw our hips inward, start to engage those outer muscles, and then feel like you're trying to roll your thighs outwards slightly. And then after you've rolled that out, re-engage the inner thighs, the outer hip muscles again. So now all my muscles are really turned on, and I'm going to try to lift into tree pose without moving my pelvis at all. So then my hands come onto my hips. I'm going to bring my foot right onto my ankle to start with. So right now, here's the difference. Now my pelvis is moving out and I'm sinking into my hip joint. But I want to try to re-engage, pull everything into the muscles of the outer hips and the inner thighs and into the core. And then I'm going to start to move my foot up. So I can bring my foot onto my shin, or I can reach down and bring the foot all the way up into my inner thigh. So now from here, I'm going to bring my hands to my heart center. And then again, I want to make sure that everything is drawing into center. So I'm not sitting in the hip joint. Instead, everything keeps drawing in. So it's like my upraised foot is pressing into my standing thigh. And my standing thigh is pressing against the upraised foot. Everything's drawing into center. Then, if you want to add on, take your hands up overhead. Take 3 deep breaths in and out, trying to stay lifted so that those outer hip muscles and inner adductor muscles are all working. And then I'm going to turn my legs straight ahead, trying to keep my pelvis from moving ever and bring my foot back to the floor. Then do the same thing on the other side. So again, I'm going to firm up so that as soon as I move my weight of my body onto my opposite foot, my hip does not go, my pelvis doesn't go anywhere. So again, I'm hugging my outer hip muscles inward and my inner thigh muscles outward slightly, lifting up through my core. And then I can bring the foot onto my ankle and stay here. This is a great place to stay if you're working on your balance. You can bring the foot to the shin if your hips are feeling tight. Or you can lift the foot all the way up into the inner thigh. And again, the whole time I'm trying to keep my pelvis from moving at all. So now again, my standing thigh is pushing inward. My foot is pressing inward. Everything's being drawn together like there's magnets pulling the foot and the thigh together. Then I can take my hands up overhead if I want to add on. You can even bring your gaze so it looks up. And then again, take 3 breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Balance poses bring balance both to the physical body, which is good for your day-to-day life, and also they bring balance to your mind and help you to slow and calm your mind down. Take your foot back to the floor. Take a deep breath in and out. Namaste.